What if everything you knew about fear was wrong? What if fear was not actually the thing that was meant you should stop doing something, but a signal to you that said, this is what you should be going for? I had a conversation with a woman the other day, and she said to me that every single thing in her life that she had been scared of doing, when she actually went and did it, it turned out to be the most spectacular thing she had ever done. Now, I've seen this in my life. I've, quit my job and gone and adventured across the planet. I've single mommed in foreign countries. And all of these things were amazing experiences that absolutely scared the shit out of me. And we were talking about it today, and I realized that most of my life probably scares the shit out of most people, our lives, right? It's like we do things on a regular basis that are absolutely terrifying for most people. We actually made a list of them, and we're going to talk about them over the next little bit. But one of them is that we have approximately 32 days before we need to be out of the country that we're in, and we don't have the cash to really live past another month. Now, this is like in some ways not so abnormal. Like, there's lots of people who live month to month, but when you don't know where your house is either, which country you're going to be in, what your kid's going to be doing for entertainment and learning, like all of these things, it becomes a little bit of a bigger fear bubble. And we've been working on creating Joygasm material, creating course so that we can help people learn how to have this experience. And we wanted to talk and get really freaking vulnerable about fear and about the fear that we deal with on a daily basis to live these nomadic, amazing, crazy lives where we get to travel all the time and live life that's really free, and also facing fear constantly. And so for me, my biggest fear is that you guys will see what's actually going on in my head and be like, oh, she's not actually that joyful and she doesn't actually have it all together and she's scraping by, so why would I listen to her? And so that's imposter syndrome. And one of the things that we're doing is we're going to talk about what our commitments are over the next little bit so that we can make a change in our lives, and also talk about fears that are imposter syndromes. Almost everybody experiences imposter syndrome, and we live with it on a daily basis because we're constantly immersed in different cultures where we are the imposter. We live our lives as the imposter in different cultures. So it's a big one, and so that was my biggest fear, is being found out and seen, and now I've outed it. It's not quite as scary, which is one of the beautiful things about fear. So now it's Max's turn to talk about his biggest fear.
Yeah, my biggest fear, I actually have two fears.
No, well, I have more than one, but keep it I talk too much anyway.
Your turn. Okay. So my biggest fear, the first one, is the fact that we will end up with no money at all in a foreign country, and I'm gonna need to and this is the second fear, call my parents and say, can you guys fly me to the Moscow or something? I'm broke, don't have any money left. And so the second fear part will be, we told you so. We told you this lifestyle is wrong. We told you need to just get a 9-to-5 job and stay in the bank and just get a stable life instead of doing what you're doing.
It's the worst.
So it's fear of failure, fear of someone telling you we told you that this choice is wrong. And this is the piece which I want to talk about more. It's the fight between the rational and the emotional part.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that there's always two roads you can take. You can take a road of rational mind and do everything by plan everything. And if we were doing rational thing, the rational thing for us to be now is to go to either my parents or to Elena's parents and live with them until we get more money.
Yeah.
Run away back home. But
we had this really beautiful moment where we were both if we were single, we would go and ask our parents for help right now.
Mm-hmm.
But we are in a couple and working it together and being amazing. And I was this is a really powerful moment for us to turn to each other and find more strength and more support and more connection through our relationship and grow together. And I get goosebumps. Yeah, and so that's what we're doing, and that's like time to face some fear, baby.
It is scary, yeah.
Yeah,
And we choose to face. You choose to stay in the gun space. We choose to believe in the vision, believe in this crazy idea that joygasm is something people need and something people want and something which will be enough for us to be able to sustain ourselves.
Yeah, enough to be able to sustain ourselves like financially in terms of people like thinking this is really valuable and wanting to be a part of it, and also sustain ourselves in that like the fear is trying to attack us and eat us, and the gasm it eats it and turns it into power source. And I know this, and the practice of it can be challenging sometimes. So we're making a commitment, right?
Yes,
we're making a new commitment.
Our daily commitment is that every day, starting today, which is 18th of October, we're gonna do a live Facebook gasm for at least 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 minutes, depending on how much time we get with our kid running around.
Yeah.
And the second part is we're gonna post every day. We're gonna post a new video, a new video which helps you to understand yourself better. And the third part is we're gonna post a new lecture every day in our upcoming courses.
Yeah.
And all this is gonna be happening every day until November 20th.
November 20th, which is the day that we need to be out of Europe and elsewhere. So that's the commitment. And along with the commitment, I like to create intentions. We've talked about what would make this really powerful. And the intention is to really be of service. Is to really like show up fully as leaders, as powerful, vulnerable leaders, as people who are willing to say, this is the things that scares me, and I know they scare you too, so let's talk about it. Let's start the conversation. You know, we're choosing to teach around some of the most taboo topics on the planet, not only sexuality, but joy, laughter, pleasure. Like, these topics are taboo, and it's hard to talk about them for many people. And so we're going to talk about fear. We're going to talk about sexuality, sensuality, joy, all of these things. And we like encourage your questions so that we can answer questions. Like, I love doing that. It's like my happy spot for sure.
And we also want to lead by example. We don't want to be someone who tells you, go into be orgasmic, but ourselves not following that. So we want to take it to extreme and show you that even in a situation where you feel like there's no money left and
the world's falling apart and like, holy
fuck, everything is
collapsing.
collapsing.
Living on the edge, and it's like living on the edge. You know, like as conscious people, as conscious creators, we're already living on the edge, and this is like the edge. It's like white knuckled the edge, but with like a deep trust in your heart that it's going to work out, right? Like, we wouldn't be creating this if we didn't know really deeply that it was going to work. But the ride is freaking like epic along the way. You look back on it, you're like, that was amazing. Remember that moment? It's like, yes, it's what we came here for. We came here for the ride and for the exhilaration of not knowing whether it was going to work. If we wanted to know it was going to work, we'd still be like up there being like, haha, everything always works out. So yeah, our intention then also like SMART goals and all that jazz. And hairy audacious goals is that we want to have 24 people in the Gasm course, which is like the full how to have like an orgasmic, joygasmic life moment piece. And we're going to be adding to that course between now and November 20th. So we want to have, our intention and our like manifestation is to have 24 people in that course by the 20th of November when we leave for Morocco, or before then, we're going to leave a little bit before that. And so our call to you is to join the free course, is to join the Joygasm course, to learn how to open your heart and be fearlessly in the world and know that you are a master of your emotions and of your creation, and to join us in that. And it's free. We're offering it for free because we know how powerful this is, and we want to just like share it so much. And we figure by the numbers and all that with like online marketing goodness that we need to reach about 5,000 people in order to get 24 people in the course. So we need your help to reach those people. So if you want to be a part of the Gasm, or you know somebody who might, please share the video or come join us at the URL, which is right down below the video. Did I miss anything?
Yeah, and for people who join our drug admin introduction course, you can get in touch with us and we'll give you affiliate link which you can use then to invite your friends and we get percentage of the revenue.
Yeah, because sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Yeah, I think that's it. I love you guys. You're amazing. I love
Stay
you.
orgasmic.
Stay orgasmic.